everyone. I'm Fiona. I'm 11 years old and am one of the founding members of the 3D Entrepreneurs Club.
Hi everyone, I'm Milo. I'm 10 years old and I just joined the 3DE Entrepreneurs Club. I'm really glad to be with you here today.
Today, we're looking forward to interviewing Mr. Ed Colligan, the former CEO of Palm and Handspring. He helped bring the very first smartphones to the world. Isn't that amazing? He also serves on the board of several companies. So let's get started. Welcome, Mr. Colligan, and thank you for joining us on Little Entrepreneurs Big Question podcast.
It's wonderful to be here. Thank you, Fiona.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're most proud of?
Sure. My name's Ed. I've lived in Santa Cruz for about 25 years now. I was part of starting 5 different companies over in Silicon Valley and built them all to be reasonably successful. I've been either an early employee or a founder of those companies. So I'm proud of having been a part of starting so many things and building some great teams around those products. And recently, I kind of switched my focus a little bit to building renewable energy, like large scale wind farms and solar farms all around the world to hopefully save our planet for future generations like yours.
What were you like as a kid? And what were your favorite subjects and hobbies?
I'd say I was a fun-loving, silly guy who always liked to have a good time. I was good at some things in school, but not a great student. I wasn't ever very good at math for some reason, but I did know how to build teams and communicate really well. And I always loved to be on the playground and start new teams and stuff. And I think that kind of followed me into doing entrepreneurial activities too.
What was school like? And what did you want to be when you grew up?
Like I said, I was okay as a student. I loved school. It was fun, but it was mostly fun just to be there with all my friends. And I didn't have a dream like I want to be a fireman or something, but I did like to build things. And when I was young, I actually was a bit of an entrepreneur because I started my own company building hot tubs, installing them in the Los Angeles area when I was young. I was 17. I also became a handyman. So I learned to fix all kinds of things like plumbing and electrical stuff and things like that. I got to exercise those skills and it taught me to build a little company, and that's how I got started. My dad was a real entrepreneur, which was interesting because in those days, a lot of people just worked for big companies and didn't do their own thing. But my dad did a lot of things on his own, starting new companies. So I think that influenced me a lot because he was my hero.
That's cool. What drives you to run a business?
No.
What do you think makes a business successful?
For me, it's more exciting and fun to build your own things as opposed to just joining something else that maybe someone else is doing or some big company. I like building things from scratch. You have fewer problems in the beginning that way, but it's hard to do that. But one of the things that I've found is that the most important things are the people you surround yourself with and the teams you build. And that's one thing that I like to do. And it makes it fun to go to work every day when you're working with people that you really enjoy being around. Just like your classmates, right? You like going to school if you have a lot of fun people to hang out with there.
What's your superpower? And if you could have a different one, what would it be?
I think that I'm really good at there's an old saying, seeing the forest from the trees. Okay. So sometimes you can get stuck in the trees and you don't really see the forest. But if you have like a drone, you see the whole forest, right? And I think I'm good at taking a lot of different disparate pieces of information and bringing them together into a conceptual framework that helps me understand where we should go, maybe directionally as a company. I'm not very good at the analytical side of that, and then maybe some of the financial elements, or at least I don't give myself a lot of credit for that. There's a lot of people that are a lot better at math and finance than I'm, but that's why you build a team, because you want people that have different skills that they're really good at around you, and that's what makes you the best you can be.
Can you share a big challenge you faced and what you learned from it?
There are lots of challenges in building things from scratch. Just every day there's a new thing, but you got to look at all those challenges as opportunities, not get afraid of them, but just approach them thoughtfully and try to deal with them as best you can. You're never going to solve everything instantly. I've had some incredible challenges. At one point in time when the internet was very young and people hadn't ever done any transactions on the internet, and we launched this product right here called the Handspring Visor. And this product was after we'd done the Palm pilot. We left Palm and we went to Handspring. And we decided we were going to sell this direct to consumers on the internet, a lot like you buy things from Amazon today. Amazon didn't exist then, and there was nobody selling products on the internet. And we tried to do it for the first time, not first of anybody, but very early on. And the systems weren't very well established at the time. And when we launched our product, our entire website just melted down, and every order we took was wrong. Someone would order one and we'd ship them 10. Someone would order 10 and we'd ship them one. It was a real mess. And we had to really gather the team, work really hard to figure out what the problems were with our system and do everything we could to fix it. And we did. We really treated our customers really well with a lot of respect. We gave them their money back if they were upset. We handled it really well. And in the end, everybody was very happy with the product and respectful of how we handled it. And it turned out to be almost a blessing in disguise. So you never know when things go wrong, whether or not you can turn lemons into lemonade.
Do you think kids should learn about entrepreneurship and money early?
Yeah, I always like to say, it's hard to do a small business and it's hard to do a big business. So why not go for it? Why not try to do the big thing? It's not easy to do any job really well. And I try to step back and say, okay, what's the thing I can go work on that I think I can accomplish that's going to make the biggest impact? Not just in making money, but in the world and making a difference in people's lives. When we went down the path of doing these products, we were just trying to help people manage their lives more effectively. I'd have appointments and a lot of contacts and a lot of things they wanted to track in their lives. And so we wanted to just make sure that we made that easy. So they always had all of that just in their pocket. And that was one of the core design criteria of it is, does it fit in your pocket? Can you take it anywhere? And so that's how we designed the product. I think it's great if kids can learn early about what is possible, and you try to go after something that you think's exciting and that you're passionate about and that you think might make an impact in the world.
If you were a kid today without much money, what business would you start?
That's a really hard question to answer because it just depends on so much. I think what I've found is the best businesses are the ones that you might know more about than anyone else, or you're solving a problem that you see in your life or in things you've used or in products you've used or in situations you've been a part of, and you say, hey, I think I can do that better, and I can make a better gadget, or I can make a better solution in some way, shape, or form, or a better service than what someone else has done. And that might be the right business for you. If you're passionate enough about solving that problem and building that business, you'll do a good job.
What's the best advice that you've ever gotten that could help kids like us?
I think the most important thing is surround yourself with great people when you do anything, right? And you're building a basketball team or you're starting a business. But from a product and business perspective, I think you really solve a problem for people. As I showed you earlier when I was showing you graphene, I was showing you that way to enter data. 9 out of 10 people, if you told them about that, would say, what are you, crazy? We're not going to go write a different alphabet to enter information. But you do a lot of things in life that take effort and they're hard. And so people will do, as long as you're solving a problem, as long as you're giving them a better solution, then, people will buy into that if it's compelling enough. So I think that's the core thing, is go solve things that you think make a difference.
What is AI? How might it change the future? And what can kids do to prepare?
AI is going to make a big impact on the world. There's just no question about that. So if I'm you, I lean into that. I try to learn everything I can about it. I try to be as successful as I can. But I also remember sometimes it can seem like an amazing thing that's going to solve everything. And sometimes it can seem like a really scary thing that's going to impact the world in negative ways. I personally believe it's an amazing tool for you to use to make your lives better and more effective. And so I would try to learn as much as I can about how to use it, how to use that tool like you would use any tool to be more successful in your business life.
If you could share one message with all the kids all around the world, what would it be?
It would be, don't wait for the world to change. Go make the change yourself. So entrepreneurship's about just starting something and building something. And the same with everything you do, right? Is, get involved and be passionate about the things you care about, and build things that make a real impact to help improve people's lives. And most of all, have fun doing it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Colligan, for sharing your story with us. It really inspires kids like us to explore entrepreneurship as a career path.
Thank you. My favorite part of the interview was when you answered about how you were as a kid and how school was like. Sounds a bit like me. We're not the best at math, but I love my friends and I love school.
Nice. Good.
And mine was when you said what message you would share with the world. Don't wait for the world to change. Go make your change by yourself and do it instead of waiting.
Good. I'm glad you heard that, Fiona. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. We'd love to hear from you. Share one thing you learned from today's episode in the comments below. Since this channel is for kids, please keep your comments positive and encouraging. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss our next conversation with amazing entrepreneurs. See you next time. Thanks so much for watching.
Done a lot of interviews already?
This is my first one.
Okay.
Yeah, this is our first one for the show, I think.
Okay.
Cool. We
Wow.
get to interview
Wow, I'm your original guest?
Yes, you are the original.
Awesome. Well, I feel very honored.
Hi.
Welcome to the club.
Thank you. Very nice to be here.
Yeah.
And action.
Hi, everyone. Oh, that's yours.
Okay, should I start?
Take 3.
Welcome, Mr. Colligan, and thank you for joining us on Little Entrepreneurs Big Questions.
Take 4.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name's Ed.
I messed it up.
What?
Okay, I messed it up.
Okay.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're most proud of? So you won't miss our next conversation with amazing entrepreneurs. See you next time. Bye for now. Won't miss our next conversations with amazing entrepreneurs. Bye for now. Oh, see you next time. Bye.
Now you know what it's like to be an actress, okay? So
Yeah,
it's not
right.
as easy as it looks.
Look at this.
Palm 3.
That's cool. How do you type on that? It's so tiny.
Yeah, actually is. A Palm Pilot? Mm-hmm. Yep, that's this one right here. This was.
My dad was talking about one.
Yeah.
You have to type on this keyboard.
You type with kind of your nails. And then eventually what happened, of course, was the displays, the screens got so good that you could type on the screen eventually, and so you didn't need that anymore. So now if you go up here and you have this screen, this is effectively this, right?
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
Oh, Pilot! It's like a tiny phone and it has a keyboard. It's so tiny. I like it.
This was called the Palm Pre, this one.
Pretty.
Yeah.
And it has a mirror.
Yeah, so you can, you know, make sure you're doing your makeup properly.
I got a computer.
This is the Style Flora. It's a pencil holder that's designed by the coral. The reason I designed it is because in school we learned that like the coral was dying, and I wanted to do something like to help that, and that's like why. But you're not going to find this anywhere else, and it would make it, if you look warm box, it would make it look a lot more interesting. It would make it look a lot more colorful. 15% of my earnings to the Coral Reef Alliance, which is a nonprofit that is helping save the corals.
Beautiful, and a really nice piece of work there. And I'm glad you're donating some to make a difference.